All right, so let's take a tall seat and settle into our space. Take a deep breath in. Let's raise the shoulders up. And as you exhale, allow the shoulders to drop. Sigh it out. Inhale, bring the shoulders on up. And as you exhale, sigh it out. One more time, bring the shoulders up nice and high. As you exhale, let them drop. Beautiful. So we find a gentle engagement in the core, a forward tilt at the pelvis, settling into our space, cultivating a beautiful space of peace, of a sense of peace and calming, allowing all of the events that have taken place today to just melt away. And any anticipation you have for anything that may be going on tonight, just leave it there for you. It will be back, or it will be there for you when you return. Let's place the right hand on the lower belly and the left hand on the heart. And begin sending our in-breath to the space of the lower belly, feeling it rise. And as you exhale, slow and controlled, feel the lower belly fall. Focusing on the breath, listening for the breath, feeling the breath. Also notice the rise and fall of the chest in sync with the rise and fall of the lower belly. So we're deeply inhaling and completely exhaling. The skin on the face is soft. We allow any tension that we're holding in the jaw area to release. And we'll begin to turn our attention inward to that silent, sacred space within us. That space that holds the key to who we truly are, where we can find alignment, peace, and joy, where we feel safe enough to be our true, authentic self. Maybe you see a flicker of light. Maybe you see a fire. Maybe you feel a sensation of tingling or warmth come over your body when you arrive. Maybe you see or feel nothing at all, and that's okay. Yoga is a journey, not a destination. Riding the breath like a wave into this space, cultivating lots of self-compassion, light, and love. Slowing the breath, slowing the mind. Still feeling the lower belly and chest rise and fall with the rhythm of your breath. We'll take one more cycle of breath here. On your next inhalation, we'll gently blink the eyes open and allow the hands to come to the thighs. Go ahead and pull the fleshy part of the buttocks away from each other so we really make sure we're sitting on our sit bones. It's a little difficult without our props. And we'll sit up nice and tall, concentrating on the alignment of our spine. So we want the palate center over the heart center over the pelvic center. So we picture this very straight line and maybe like a string attached to the top of the crown that goes way to the sky. Sit up nice and tall, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to drop the chin to the chest, feeling the stretch of the back of the neck. Take a moment here to send the breath to any tight areas in the neck. On your next inhalation, we'll roll the chin so the right cheek comes toward the right shoulder. Make sure the shoulder does not rise up to meet the cheek. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, roll the chin across the chest. Left cheek to left shoulder. It's breath. Moving nice and slow, side to side. Keeping your core engaged. Long spine, open chest. Make sure you're not clenching at the jaw. We're offering some gentle awakening to the neck muscles. Gentle release. Stay focused on your breath as you move through nice and slow. We'll do one more on each side. And then we'll drop the chin back to the middle of the chest. Engage the abdominals, and on your next inhale, lift the chin up. And we'll just gently move side to side. So we're just sending the chin side to side, really focusing on core engagement and good alignment. Do one more on each side. And we'll come back to center. And we'll begin carving out circles with the nose. So we'll move counterclockwise, starting very small. So your nose is tracing out a circle in the air. And the circle gradually gets a little bigger. And bigger. And then we move in this direction as big as we can with our circles. And then we're going to take a pause and we're going to reverse direction, starting big, moving small. Make sure your core is engaged so that you're supporting your lower lumbar. No tension in the jaw. Making those circles gradually smaller. Coming in to as small as we can go. And then we'll pause right in the center. Go ahead and open our eyes. Once again, make sure that the sit bones are attached to the mat. On our next inhalation, we'll bring the palms up and slowly tone the arms, gathering up some energy. Reach right out of the hip creases. And as we exhale, nice and slow, the palms come down the center of the body. Again, the palms separate, gathering up some energy. We're pulling the shoulder blades together and back, really engaging the shoulders. Reaching up high, and then as you exhale, nice and slow. One more time. Inhale. Fill all the lobes of the lungs up. This time as you exhale, we're going to drop the right hand only to the floor. Find a little length, and then side bend. Roll the shoulder back, look up at the ceiling. We don't want to crunch at the chest at all. Engage your core. Bring both arms up. Reaching up high, exhale, left hand drops, and then we side bend. Roll the shoulder back, look up at the ceiling. Sync up with your breath, and see if you can go a little deeper each time, deeper into the side body. We'll do one more on each side, making sure that we find length before we bend. Beautiful. Both arms come up, and as we exhale, nice and slow, the palms come together. Maybe close the eyes. We'll rest the palms together right at the heart center, and take a moment to be present in this moment. Maybe set an intention for your practice. Inhaling softness, exhaling ease. We'll go ahead and blink the eyes open. We'll release the hands. And let please, I'm going to unroll just one. And then we're going to do some windshield wipers with the hands. With the legs. It's actually not going to work. So go ahead and stretch your mat out all the way. And we'll do the windshield wipers just the regular way. So we're going to bend the knees. And we're just going to move. So if you have your feet spread apart, you're going to get more of a stretch at the quads. So depending on what your body needs today, you can feel out and even change. So just take a pause and look over the opposite shoulder when we're twisting. Inhale, the legs come up. And as you exhale, they move side to side. Move with the rhythm of your breath. Our body loves side twists. Lots of detoxifying benefits. We'll do one more on each side. And then we'll come back up to center and we'll send our legs long on the mat. Go ahead and find the sit bones again. So you can have a little bend in your knees if you need one, or your legs can be flat on the mat. What we're going to do is inhale, send the arms up, reach, and then reach a little more. And then as we exhale, we're folding forward at the hips. We're keeping our chest open and our spine long. So now the only thing that's coming down are the hands. So our shoulder blades are pulled back and our chest is open. We really want the stretch at the hamstrings and the legs and the lower lumbar. And we get that by keeping the chest open. Focus on your breath. Give your muscles the space and time that they need to be able to release and relax. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, now we can fold in and round the back, tuck the chin. And on your next inhalation, we'll gently roll. Time. And then we're going to pull the right leg in and stretch the left leg long. Again, find the sit bones. They make everything easier. And then you want to picture your femur coming right into the hip socket. And try to keep your toes flexed toward your head the entire time of the stretch. So we're going to go ahead and turn our torso now toward the legs. Sit up nice and tall. We don't want to start by leaning in already. We want to start by long spine, open chest. Inhale, arms come up. And inhale a little bit more if you can and come out of the hips. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Reach for the toes, the ankle, wherever you can. And know that you don't have to have your legs stretched. You can definitely have a bend in the knee. And we still have an open chest and long spine. Once again, we're targeting the hamstrings and the calves. send your breath to the tight areas in your legs. And then what we'll do from here is bring the hand to the inside of the ankle or the foot. And we're going to begin to turn the torso, and the opposite arm curls up and over the body as we look up at the ceiling. So we want to roll the shoulder back. You're going to feel a big stretch on your right side, lower lumbar area, right into the hip even. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the jaw. Take a deep inhale in, and as we exhale, we're going to rotate again toward the leg. And now we're going to round the back, tuck the chin, bow to the knee. And then on our next inhale, we'll slowly and gently walk ourselves up, engaging the core as we come up. Then we'll go ahead and switch legs, finding the sit bone, pulling the femur right into the hip joint. Keeping the toes flexed toward the head. Lots of length in the torso, engaged core. Let's go ahead and turn the torso, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, the arms come up. Go up a little bit more if you can, and then as you exhale, nice and slow, open chest, long spine. We're finding the foot or the ankle. Deep stretch here. Send your breath to the tight areas in your legs. Don't let the mind wander. Give your body permission to release and let go of any tension, tightness, or pain. On our next inhale, we'll send the hand to the inside of the foot. Turn the torso, and then the opposite arm comes up and over as we roll the shoulder back and look up at the ceiling. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, right here, we're going to roll back. And then round the back and tuck the chin, folding into the knee. And on our next inhale, we're going to round up one vertebrae at a time. And then we'll pull both legs forward again. Actually, let's pump them out. So one leg at a time. Let's bring it in. And then we'll send both feet long or legs long, finding the sit bones once again. And seeing if we've made any progress. Inhale, keep the toes flexed. Reach up as far as you can right out of the hips. And then as you exhale, nice and slow, long spine, open chest. Your gaze should be forward. Pull your shoulder blades back so you keep your shoulders engaged. You'll feel a deeper stretch at the calves and the hamstrings. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round in. Tuck the chin. And we'll round up one vertebrae at a time. On our inhale. And then we'll come back to cross-legged position for one last seated pose. So find the sit bones, long spine, open chest. We'll place the fingertips at the shoulders. As we inhale, we'll roll the elbows forward so they kiss toward each other. Reach, reach, reach the elbows. Take a pause, reaching the elbows right up to the sky. And then as you exhale, they roll back. Sync up with your breath. Inhaling, the shoulders roll forward. Lots of length in the side body. And then as we exhale, nice and slow. Sometimes I even pull down on that shoulder area because it opens it up even more. Inhale. And exhale. One more time in this direction. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach with the elbows. And as you exhale this time, we're just going to allow the arms to come out. And then we'll do some wrist rotations in one direction. And then in the other direction. And we'll bring the palms to touch at the heart center. Hike the shoulders up on an inhale, and then as you exhale, nice and slow, we'll release them down. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, we'll flip the palm. So deep stretch right at the wrist. And sometimes when we do this, our shoulders start to creep back up again, so let's gently encourage them to come down. Sometimes I like to add the neck in so that I drop my chin to the chest. Just another layer of the stretch here. On our next inhale, we'll lift the chin, then we'll lift the palm. Go ahead and release out of that. And then we'll place the fingertips back at the shoulders. And we'll roll the shoulders back, the elbows back. Inhale, they rise up. And as you exhale, nice and slow, the elbows kiss toward each other. It looks kind of funky, makes me think of a chicken every time I do this. Like we have chicken wings. What we're doing is trying to stabilize the joints so they both move freely and separately. Focusing on the breath, inhaling as we pull them up. Exhaling nice and slow and complete as they roll down. Last time in this direction. Take a pause, reach the elbows right up to the sky. And then as you exhale, the hands just come right down in front of us. And then we'll come into a tabletop position. So knees under hips. Wrists under shoulders, fingers spread really wide on the mat. Tops of feet are resting on the mat. And we're going to just start by sending our hips to the right. And then we're going to look over the left shoulder. Come through center and just move in the opposite direction. So hips to the left, looking over the right. We'll just move through a few of these, offering a side bend to the body. We'll do one more on each side. And then we'll come to center and move through cat-cow. So again, fingers are spread nice and wide. Inhale, dip the belly, open the chest, big stretch at the collarbone. And then as you exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, the pelvis tilt. Inhale, coming through cow, clawing through the fingertips, really getting deep into the collarbone. And then exhale, flex the spine. Move with the rhythm of your breath. We'll do one more cow and cat. And then we'll bring the big toes to touch in the center. We'll send our knees wide on the mat. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, we're going to send the bottom to the heel. And then we'll slowly walk the hands forward, resting the third eye on the mat. With the breath. Inhale, we are going to come up. We're going to keep the knees wide, and we're just going to shift our weight forward. So we're just going to go forward. So it's like my hips, my pelvis pushing forward. And I'm really engaging all the muscles in the fingers, hands, and arms. And then as I exhale, I'm going back toward the bottom. Big stretch. Inhale, come on up. Pretty fluid pose. And then exhale, shifting back. Inhale, come on up. Make sure you hug your elbows nice and tight to the body as you come up. We'll do 2 more of these. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, slowly releasing back, pushing the bottom toward the heel. And then 1 more coming up. And then exhale, bottom toward the heels. Give it a good stretch, active fingertips, pull on the fingertips, pull all the way back to the shoulder blade. Up. And then we'll bring the knees back together. Coming back into tabletop for thread the needle. So on our next inhalation, we're going to sweep the right arm open. So we're really opening the chest nice and wide, feeling that stretch in the side body. As you exhale, thread the needle. Nice and slow. Shoulder extension. It's almost like you're pulling on a bow, stretching a bow up high. And then as you exhale, nice and slow, thread the needle. Inhale, one last time. Reach, reach, reach. Find a lot of twist in the side body. Exhale, flip the palm, thread the needle. Take a pause here. Rest. Inhale, we'll pull up. Exhale, we're going to go right into a regular child's pose, stretching the arms long. And then what we're going to do is rest the forehead and to come to the sides of the body. And then on our next inhale, we'll come on up. Finding tabletop position again. A little cue or alignment principle to just stay focused on. I noticed this within myself. So I like to just give people a heads up, sometimes when I'm moving through thread the needle, I find that my feet end up coming together or I'm doing something funky here. So just stay in touch with the alignment. We want hips in line with knees, in line with ankles, fingers spread wide. On our next inhalation, we're going to lift up the left palm, stretching high to the sky. And then as we exhale, flip the palm, thread the needle, shoulder touches the mat. On your next inhalation, act like you're pulling on a bow, stretch, stretch, stretch right up to the sky. And then as you exhale, thread the needle. One more time, inhale, open up, shine your heart out. Exhale, thread the needle. We'll take a pause when the shoulder lands. If you have further to go from here, you can stretch your right leg long on the mat with your toes still curled under. The right arm up and bend it and fold it behind your back. Keep your gaze neutral. Focus on your breath. If you're clenching or holding tension anywhere, give that body part permission to go ahead and release. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, let's drop the palm to the mat. And then we'll go ahead and drop the knee. And we'll come back up to tabletop position. And we'll do some barrel rolls. So just remember to keep the fingers spread nice and wide. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to send the hips down and back to the right. We're just rolling, and then we come up, go around. So it's a little intuitive. You kind of had to feel it out. I don't think any directions that I can give verbally make this any easier. It's almost like being a kid again and just rolling your body all around on the ground. But it can be very rhythmic and soothing. Offers awakening and opening, soft movement at the joint. And now we're going to take a pause and we're going to move to the opposite direction. Just feeling it out. One more circle. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale. We're going to exhale our bottoms back. And then we're going to plant our right hand in front of us and stack the left on top. Little version of a side twist. Finding lots of length. Side, planting the left hand, stacking the right. And then on our next inhale, we'll come back up to tabletop and prepare to go into downward facing dog. So the toes curl under. We want to make sure that the knees are right under the hips, the wrists are under the shoulders, and that the entire time we're in our downward dog, that our fingers are staying spread wide, because what that does is engage the arch in the hands. And then we want to pull back, so pull the shoulder blades back, and find that upside down B position. So take a deep inhale. As you exhale, levitate the knees, push the sit bones high to the sky. Let's walk the dog. One heel at a time, finds the mat. Pulling your belly button toward your spine. Really trying to attain the shape, which is the upside down B position. Breathe well. Your head is lower than your heart. Offer the calves and Achilles and feet. Nice gentle opening. All right, on our next inhale, we're going to slowly walk our feet to our hands to the front of the mat. Coming into a forward fold. Reach for the elbows. Little bend in the knees as we rock at the hips, front to back. Release any tension in the neck and at the jaw. Go ahead and find a little bit deeper of a bend as we rock side to side at the hip. Go ahead and release the hands. And then we'll walk both hands to the outside of the right ankle, pressing into the left leg. So we're bending the right knee, straightening the left. Breathe well. Bend both knees, come back through center, walking both hands to the outside of the left leg. Deep side twist. Bend both knees, come back to center. Shift your weight to your heels. Lift your toes up as we rise up nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. The shoulders come on up. And then we exhale them down and back. All right, so we're at the front of our mat. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Let's lift the toes up, spread them out, set them back down. And then we'll go ahead and tuck the tailbone under. External rotation to the thighs, creating this base that's very strong. Go ahead and roll the shoulders back, palms face forward in a sign of receptivity. Take a moment to close your eyes if you feel stable. Pose. Maybe a thought will come to mind of something or someone that you're thankful for. On your next inhalation, we'll go ahead and gently blink the eyes open, and then the arms will come up, rising up, looking up, reaching up, pulling right up out of the hips. As we exhale, the weight to the heels, coming down into a forward fold. Inhale, the hands come to the shins, loop the shoulder blades back, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms come out to shoulder height. Engage the core, rise up nice and strong. Arms continue the journey up. And then as we exhale, the palms come down the center of the body, nice and slow. Inhale, the palms separate, gathering up some energy, toning the arms. Reach, reach, reach. And then as you exhale, fold at the hips, coming down, painting a wall in front of you. Rise up part way, hands come to the shins, loop the shoulder blades back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, once again, the arms find shoulder height. Let's check out both of the arms, making sure they're at shoulder height. Engage the core and pull the shoulder blades down and back as you come up. Hands continue the journey. And then exhale, palms come down the center of the body. All right, last time. Inhale, gathering up some energy. Exhale, push the sit bones back, paint a wall as you come down in front of you. Inhale, rising part way up, long spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to shift the weight to the heels, lift the toes up as we rise up, one vertebrae at a time. Tucking the chin. As we come up, the shoulders continue, and then we exhale them down and back. All right, so we're going to send our feet a little bit wide on the mat, and we offer a little bit of give at the knees, so maybe a micro bend or a bigger bend. It's called knocking on heaven's door. It's not beautiful, but it's really good. So we just do this, flopping side to side. Once again, it's like we're kids. Kids do this. Let the weight of your arm assist the stretch. And then you can add the breath. So we've got a spinal twist, a little bit of a rhythmic therapeutic action. Got some pelvic action going on, a little healthy bending at the knee. Couple more. And then we'll come to stop. And then we'll bring our feet back into our hip width distance apart. Lift the toes up, spread them out, send them back down. We'll inhale the palms up. And let's reach for the right wrist, finding some more length. And as you exhale, side bend to the right. So make sure that you're not crunching here. Shoulder rolls back, gaze up at the ceiling. Inhale, engage the core. Let's go ahead and switch. Find length. Exhale. Inhale, come on back up. And then we'll exhale the hands down. It's a little toasty in here. All right. So, feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, we're painting a wall. So flip the palms, send the sit bones back. Inhale, step your right foot back. And then go ahead and drop. So, normally I'd be using blocks here, but we don't have the blocks. So I will come up on my fingertips because I have short arms. So what we want to do is, obviously we want to get a great stretch here, but we don't want to dump at the joints. So I feel like offering this sort of up and open motion will help us avoid that. You should really feel that in the front of your right leg. Take a deep inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to pull back. The toes come up, so we're coming into a runner's lunge. Again, we want to try to not round at the back at all, but yet keep it up and open because we want the stretch to be here. On our next inhale, we're going to come up. And then we'll come up to a high lunge. So really start to gain some integrity with the and in the leg. And then actually before we rise up, let's turn the back foot so it's 45 degrees out. So it's not fully facing the long edge. It's kind of in between the long edge and the short edge. On your next inhale, engage your core, come up nice and strong. Take a moment and feel this out. Deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to find a bend in the front knee, but we are not shifting our weight forward at all. The weight stays centered right here. And then on our next inhale, the arms come up. And as you exhale, let's separate the hands, and it's like you're holding a big beach ball because we want to offer lots of space at the neck. Warrior one. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let's allow the hands to come down. We'll turn the back foot so it's facing the long edge of the mat. And then align the heel of the front foot with the arch of the back foot. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, we'll find a bend in the front knee. Once again, not allowing our weight to come forward, but yet stay centered and strong. And on our next inhale, we'll send the arms up to shoulder height, both of them. Let's check in with them. And then we'll gaze out over the front fingertips. So we're gently trying to pull the pinkies back to allow the shoulders to come toward each other, which offers more opening in the chest. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, we're bending the front forearm, finding the thigh. And then the right arm comes up and over the body. There's a straight line from the fingertips all the way down the side body to the heel of the back foot. So our fingertips are engaged. Shoulder rolls back. as you look up at the ceiling. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're just going to windmill forward, twisting. Then we're going to turn our back toes so they're facing forward. Take a deep inhale as you exhale. Knee finds the mat, and then we're pulling the other knee back. And then setting back into any variation of child's pose that you'd like. We'll begin to rise up. Pull the knees in and set up back in tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tops of feet are curled under. Take a deep inhale. Already begin to pull through the fingertips. Engage your arms. Coming up into downward facing dog. Take a moment to heal the time. Slowly finds the mat as you find your upside down V position. Sucking the belly button toward adding a little twist into the down dog. And then we'll slowly walk the feet to the hands to the front of the mat. Shifting the weight to the heels, picking the toes up as we rise up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders come up, and then as you exhale, roll them down and back. And then we'll move into the second side. Inhale, arms rise up. As you exhale, let's paint a wall in front of us. Folding forward, sending the hips back. Go ahead and inhale and step the left foot back. Exhale, drop the knee. And then if you have short arms like I do, I find my fingertips here because we want the chest open and spine long. So your gaze is out in front of you. Deep stretch here. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, let's walk it back into a runner's lunge. Pull the toes toward your head. Again, spine long. The gaze of your mat. On your next inhale, we'll come up and pick the back knee up. Finding lots of strength and integrity here. Still maintaining open chest and long spine. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, we're going to turn that back foot 45 degrees out. And on your next inhale, really root and ground into the ground beneath you, pulling up through the heels, engaging the core, rising up. And we'll just check in with the hips. I'm turned out a little bit. This is pretty natural because the foot is turned out, but I'm going to try to correct myself. Take a deep inhale in. As we exhale, we're going to find a bend in the front knee, stabilizing the weight of the torso right in the center so we don't come forward at all. Inhale, the arms come up. And then as you exhale, release the shoulders down and back as if you're holding a big beach ball. Gentle gaze in front of you, maybe a little bit up. Release tension in the jaw. Feel proud of where you are in this very moment. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, let's bring the palms together down the center of the body. Then we'll go ahead and release the palms and turn the back foot so it is turned completely to the long edge of the mat. And then we'll align the heel of the heel of the front foot with the arch of the back foot. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, we'll find the bend in the front knee, stabilizing the weight right to the center. And then on our next inhale, the arms come up. We gently pull the pinkies back, bringing the shoulder blades together and back. And then we'll inhale and look out over the front fingertips. See if we can find a little bit deeper. It's called like settling in. So you're just finding a little deeper version of the pose. Take a deep inhale in. We're going to bend the front forearm. As we exhale, the forearm finds the thigh. Inhale. Left arm comes up and over the body. Fingertips are engaged, so our palm is facing the floor. Fingertips are all together and engaged. Shoulder rolls back as we look up at the ceiling. Deep inhale in, and as we exhale, we're going to rotate the torso. Turn the back toes so they're facing forward. Drop the back knee. Pull the front knee back. And take a child's pose. On our next inhale, we're going to rise up. I'm going to take a drink of my water. Do you have any knee problems? So we're going to move into hero's pose for just a minute. So we send the knees out and then drop the bottom between the heels, if you can. Engage the core. Let's bring the shoulders up, roll them down and back, and then allow the palms to face forward in a sign of receptivity. Open chest, long spine, close the eyes if you can. Reconnecting with that inner space and your breath. Maybe touching base with your intention for your practice tonight. Go ahead and inhale and open the eyes, and then as we exhale, we're going to drop the chin to the chest. Going to pull our hands behind us, so clasping the hands. Let's pull our neck up first again. Really pull the shoulder blades together, down and back. And then if you'd like to add the neck, you can. Exhale, let's lift the chin up. We'll release the hands. And then we're going to curl the toes under. Take a deep inhale, so we'll sit up. And then as we exhale, we're going to send the bottom toward the heels. So we're actually doing a foot stretch here. It can be intense, so just feel it out. Send your breath to your feet. You know, we spend all day in our shoes that have them all cramped up. So they deserve opening and love too. Let's inhale, come up and out of that. Give them a break for a second. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, we'll sit on back. If we had tennis balls, we would use them, but we don't. So this will do. All right, let's come off the feet, and then we'll sweep the feet to the side. Coming onto the bottom, finding the sit bones. Then we're going to bring the pads of feet together. So it's really important here to remember that it's not how close you get your feet to your body, but yet how far your knees get down. So if you have to be back here and your knees are down, that's where we stay. So it's just sort of feeling it out. If you can, clasp your hands together. Place them over the toes. I like adding this part because I feel like my knees can drop a little bit, chest can open, shoulders can go down and back. Take a deep inhale in, find some length at the spine, and then as we exhale, we're folding at the hips, so not at the back. I'm literally folding forward at my hip. Back is straight, chest is open. Big stretch to the insides of the legs. Send your breath to wherever you feel this the most. And then we'll go ahead and round in, so we can round the back now and tuck the chin. And then on our next inhale, we'll slowly come up. And then we'll pull ourselves to the front of the mat. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, roll backwards. And take advantage of this moment to give your kidneys a massage, rocking side to side, hugging your knees close to your chest. So our knees are still to our chest. Now we're going to send our arms out into a T position, palms face the floor. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, we're going to drop both knees to the right, and then we're going to look over the left fingertips. So we want to make sure that both shoulder blades stay intact with the mat. If you'd like to take this stretch further, you can stretch your left leg long and flex the toes toward your hands. On your next inhalation, we're going to bring both knees up. And then as you exhale nice and slow, they fall down to the left, looking over the right fingertip. Checking in, making sure both shoulder blades are touching the mat. If you'd like to take the stretch a little further, you can stretch your right leg long, toes toward your hands. Go ahead and bend the knee if it was straight. Inhale, bring the knees to chest again. Let's rock and hug and hold. Let's stir the pot. So the knees pull the hands out, and then the knees and the hands come in. We're moving in one direction only, nice and slow. And then we'll go ahead and reverse direction. And then we'll allow one foot at a time to drop toward the mat. And we will cross our right ankle over our left thigh for figure 4 stretch. So we're just going to feel this out for a minute before we go any further. Let's send both arms out into a T position. Palms are touching the ground. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, we're going to allow the right knee to touch the ground. And then we're going to look out over the left fingertips. Another version of a side twist. It allows you to get in there a little deeper. We're wringing out our cloth, detoxifying our organs. Next inhale, bring the leg up, and as you exhale, this time the foot finds the floor as we look over our right fingertip. Next inhalation, the legs come up. And with our ankles still crossed, we're going to guide the left thigh toward the body, clasping the hands at the back of the thigh, and then stretching the leg long to the sky. Let's point and flex the toes. Make sure the lower lumbar is still touching the mat and your shoulder blades. Ankle rotations in one direction. And then the other direction. And then we'll bend the knee, the foot finds the mat, and we'll switch to the other side. So first, just feeling out how this hip feels in comparison to the other side. Send both arms out into a T position, palm face the floor. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, the knee finds the mat as we look over the right fingertip. So the arms should be at shoulder height, both shoulder blades touching the mat. Inhale, the knee comes up, and then as we exhale, we flip so that the foot finds the floor, and then we look out over the left fingertips. Next inhalation, go ahead and bring the knee back up. Then we'll stretch the right thigh toward the body, sending the leg long, making sure the lower lumbar is still on the mat as well as the shoulder blades, and then we'll point and flex the toes. And then we'll do ankle rotations in one direction. And then in the other direction. Take a deep inhale in, and as you exhale, we'll bend the knee and allow the foot to find the mat. Go ahead and uncross. And then we're going to send the feet wide on the mat. Or actually, they don't have to be wide. We're going to windshield wiper, so it depends on where you want to target. Go ahead and send your arms out into a T position, palms facing the floor. And then we'll just slowly rotate side to side. You want to make sure you're looking the opposite way that your knees are going. We'll do one more on each side. And then we'll come to stillness, and we'll hug the knees into chest. One last rock if you'd like. And then we'll move into happy baby. So we lift our feet up so that they're facing the ceiling as if you're going to walk on the ceiling. And then the arms come through the insides of the legs, and then the hands come to the outside of the feet. Pulling the knees gently toward the mat, shoulder blades down and back. And then if you'd like to add a rock, go ahead. Gentle rock, side to side. And then we'll go ahead and release out of that and move into Shavasana. So I would like to send our feet wide on the mat and then allow our knees to knock in. And rest the right hand on the lower belly once again and the left hand on the heart. Releasing any tension in the jaw, Softening the skin on the face, especially between the eyebrows. Allow your muscles to melt, skin to soften, and bones to fall heavily toward the ground beneath you. Inviting an overall sense of softness and ease to the mind and the body. Go ahead and open and close the jaw a few times. And enjoy moments of silence, allowing all the benefits of your practice to sink in. On your next inhalation, gently blink the eyes open, and we'll peel the knees apart. And then we'll stretch the legs long on the mat. Then we'll stretch the arms long on the mat. So toes pointing toward one wall, fingertips toward the other. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Biggest stretch you've taken all day long. And then we're going to bring both ankles of the mat. And then both arms toward the left corner of the mat. So we're like doing a little C stretch with the body. So the feet are together. And then we'll move to the other side. Deep stretch. I think it helps if you cross the ankles. It gets you a little deeper into the stretch. Alright, let's go ahead and roll over to one side in the fetal position, allowing the biceps to cradle the head, taking just a moment to scan the body and the mind for any new sensations or openings, noticing how aligned you feel. And then on our next inhalation, we'll very slowly and gently, with ease, push ourselves up to a seated position. Finding our sit bones again. Gentle engagement of the core. Shoulders down and back, chest open. Let's bring the palms together at the heart center. And we'll end with a few rounds of 4 squared breathing. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Take the deepest inhalation you've taken all day long, filling the lower lobes of the lungs. As you exhale, sigh it out, stick your tongue out, dragon's breath. 2 more times. Deep inhale. As you exhale, stick your tongue out, sigh it out. 1 more inhalation, deep, deep, deep. Exhale, sigh it out. Deep inhale, and then as you exhale, we'll bow to the heart center in honor of your commitment to self-care and finding the balance between effort and ease. Namaste.